Thank you for tuning in to Overcoming Life. I am your host, Opal Bailey. Today I have with me Wanda Slade, and for those who have listened to her already on Friday, you know what? It was so good. I had to have her come back on my morning show, and I just want you to just continue to be encouraged by her and to be built up and strengthened to let you know that you're an overcomer. So good morning, Wanda.
Good morning.
Hey, I just want thank you so much, girl, for coming back, and I know you have something you want to just share today to my listeners, so you can go ahead on and just share what's on your heart.
Well, good morning again. I just wanted to share about change. I love it when sometimes you be in a situation in life where you don't even know you're stuck. But it seems like nothing, every year after year after year, you are stuck in that same place. You're not growing. And sometimes you don't know until you step out of that situation that you were stuck in that situation. And I believe that when God opened a door for you to become unstuck and he starts showing you things of growth, things that he wants you to do, all of a sudden your life becomes different. Your life becomes changed, and you're in a new place. Sometimes when you're in a new place and you're striving and God is uplifting you and doors are opening, sometimes you may run into your past. You may run into someone who knew you back in the day, or someone say, hey, you're not there anymore, or you're not at this particular place anymore, and you say, no, well, I never thought you would leave, not you. Well, why not me? Why do we feel that we have to stay locked into a situation because someone told you that's where you need to be? My thing is, what did God say to you? If God is pulling on you to change or to step out of a situation, you need to obey God, because what he's going to do is he's going to allow something to stir up that he is going to make you make a choice to move. Sometimes you got to learn how to hear God for yourself. See, I was taught a little different, and I didn't know how to hear God for myself. I heard through someone else. What did God say? Well, God said this, do this. So I obeyed what I thought was the right thing to do. But when God stirred the water, because he will stir it, and if you don't hear him, I heard him so clearly. He said, it's time for you to go. I was hurt. I was hurt badly. But I had to go because I was dying. You don't see me dying because you're blind. But when I left a situation, I'm going to tell you, you talking about you can breathe again, but going back, a lot of people say, oh, you got to go back and you got to fix that. You got to fix that situation. God didn't tell me to go back. I don't think God is a backwards God. He's not one to say you got. And the thing about it is, when you're talking about fix something, you ain't do nothing wrong. Why are you feeling like because you chose to leave that you got to be the one to go back to fix something? You wasn't the one that was abused. You was the one that was dealt wrongly. You don't have to go back. Now, if you have done something to someone else, I would say, hey, go fix that. That don't mean you got to go back. Well, go fix that. But I'm saying it's okay to change. It's okay. How do you know that God wants you to do something if you're not willing to change? It could be a job situation. You've been in this job for 15 years. And God said, you know what, I want you to go do this. But you're so comfortable in this job for 15 years, you become comfortable. You become unable to hear from God because you're comfortable. You don't want to leave this particular job. But I'm going to tell you, it's okay to change. In growth, in how you grow, is change. And you can know when you need to change. When you're still doing the same thing for 5 to 10 years, and you're still doing the same exact things. You haven't grown because you're still with the same friends. Y'all still hanging together doing the same thing. Y'all all dying. And you don't know you're dying because you don't see. Everyone you're hanging around sees the same exact thing. You're dying. And you don't even know. You're suicidal, I would call it. And I'm going to tell you, I did. I was. I didn't say that the situation, I did not learn some things. Don't get me wrong, because you're going to learn wherever you go, you're going to learn some things. But if you're not growing, if you're still doing the same thing. So that's what I would say.
Well, Wanda, when you mention about change, it is so important for us to have that change in our lives. And we need to be able to continue to grow, even in situations where we may not feel like we can grow. Mm-hmm. We still need to be able to say, you know what, it's time for me to move on. Or God is, encouraging me to move forward. Mm-hmm. And God is really, letting me know that, hey, I need to take a step out. I need to take a step forward. I need to move forward, especially when you feel those things that God is calling you to. So for me, especially when I felt that you become stagnant. I felt stagnant in a lot of things in my life, Mm-hmm. And if it wasn't for the Lord to let me know that, no, you're going to move forward. It's time for you to move on. And He'll bring people in your path to help you to move forward, to help you to move on. And it is so vital for us in this day to move out in what God called you to be. And just like Wanda said, look at what God is saying. See what God is saying, because He's the main person in our lives that we need to listen to, not what other people say or what other people think we should be doing, but to just move out and be who God called us to be is so vital in our lives right now. So, Wanda, I just want to thank you so much for coming on, Overcoming Life, and sharing about change and how it's important and vital in our lives. And thank you so much, listeners, for tuning in to Overcoming Life. And you have an awesome day. God bless.